Hey guys, how y'all doing? All right, back for more tarot and whatever other cards that we are gonna pull and see how we can help some people out there. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. See what the universe wants to come out in this reading. Okay. And yeah, expect the unexpected. When it's talking about like old structures falling away and things changing, different foundation, that can mean, perhaps, moving to a different location, maybe like starting over brand new. It can mean all kinds of things. It could mean a different perspective, different way of looking at life. Maybe something you hadn't thought of, but, maybe it was a dream you wanted to fulfill, and you just didn't think it was possible or something. But with God, anything's possible, It's like a but God moment. So, let's see. What does collective need to know? How can we help the collective? Card looks spinning. Alright, let's see what we got. We have the Queen of Swords reversed. We have the Ace of Wands upright. We have the Eight of Wands upright. The Knight of Pentacles upright. Three of Wands upright. So this is interesting. All right, the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Cups, and it's upright. All right, follow your heart and treat others with love. Okay, it's romantic, idealistic, following one's dreams and heart. This probably has a lot to do with following the dreams and heart. Okay. So, okay, Queen of Swords reversed. It's like cold-hearted, cruel, bitter, needs healing of the heart. Do you have the best in mind for everyone? All right, next we have the Ace of Wands upright. Take action on your ideas. Creation, willpower, manifestation, action. Okay? And then we have the Eight of Wands, which is rapid movement. Take action. Life is moving ahead. Rapid action, movement, quick decisions. All right? We have Knight of Pentacles. Take a practical approach and you will succeed. Efficiency, hard work, responsibility. And then you have Three of Wands. Find your inspiration to take action. Looking ahead, expansion, rapid growth. This is about a lot of action here. Like, like moving away from cold-hearted, cruel, bitter, hearted people. You can be around people, and the problem with that is if they're lower vibe or they have something else going on that they need to heal from, we have auras. So that's why they say that, bad company corrupts like good morals, because it's their aura. They need to heal, and they don't seem to realize that until they're left with no other way. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, what else do we have with these cards here? But you want to move away from that. Anything that is cold-hearted, bitter, cruel, has no empathy and no compassion. That's, there may be a way that you're not seeing. Okay, have you checked all avenues? Maybe somebody that you're not expecting, perhaps, to be, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. There's somewhere you're supposed to check. Okay, what can we tell the collective? Plans. Seeing you is a priority for me. I want to make plans with you. Okay, what else do you want the collective to know? That didn't always necessarily mean that, just maybe mean making plans. Chaos in reverse. Okay, it's the opposite of I'm a magnet for trouble. It's not my fault. I leave a trail of mayhem behind me. So it's you're a magnet for be a magnet for good, or you are a magnet for good. It's one of the two. Take it as it resonates. Take it as it, sounds and feels, correct. Not like your feelings and thoughts, but like within feeling, if that makes more sense. Okay, what else do we have for the collective? Unfriendly. All right. And this is talking about keep your guard up. We aren't friends, and I may have a hostile attitude. So you've got someone or several someones or whatever it is around you that this may describe. You should know, who you should trust. And a lot of times these bad characters that you need to be wary of are going to tell you to stay away from who you should probably be going to. It's like the universe will be giving you clues, and that's why you kind of are like, wait, what? You're trying to figure it out, but that's why you have that introspection and spend time by yourself. And something I learned about the frequency music is you don't just do it a little bit, you do it all the time, as much as possible if you can. That's why you want like a playlist, and you press the button that mixes it all up, and then press repeat, so it'll play it, and then you press repeat. You don't have to have a lot of them at first, but just basic ones, to help you to heal. And if something comes up that's hurtful or painful, let it come up and ask, why is it coming up? Try to find out what is the reason for it, instead of like sitting there hurting over it. And there's people that can read cards that can assist you and help you with this. So, stay with your favorite readers, and, when you help and stuff like that, and like, likes and shares, subscribes and all that stuff, and putting your energy there, sharing, like, as if you say you don't have money or something like that, you can share, like, subscribe, and if they have, ads, you watch the ads to help them to, achieve payment, or you can do donations and stuff like that, but with what's within your means, okay? But you also look for guidance, which you should do, what's going to help you, right? You look at it as profits, as long as they're actually helping you and guiding you, right? All right, so what else do we have for the collective? Anything else? Confession coming out again. Confession, a hidden truth is ready to surface, exposing what's been concealed. So something is definitely, going to come up. Something that's been concealed. So do we have anything else for the collective? Small favor. I'm hoping you won't mind helping me with something minor. Be careful about that. That's like, okay, when you're dealing with something like dark energies, you have to look up gray rock method, and it's basically you're just becoming really boring to the person that's interested in being an energy vampire, or taking from you in some form or some fashion, or messing with you in some way, throwing you off your foundation, so to speak, right? But you need to, look for these things, because somebody's done something, You definitely want to make plans to get yourself away from these type people if you have a way, and there might be a way you're just not seeing. You want to do this for, independence and safety. things can happen maybe you're not expecting. But look into all avenues without telling your plans. You make plans, you need to keep them quiet. Especially when it comes to somebody that is, this kind of, archetype, cold-hearted, cruel and bitter, you don't want to tell your plans. You want to keep it quiet. And then you move without letting that out, or else they're just going to, be ahead of you and stop you from doing, whatever your plans are. So you have to keep that, like private and to yourself, right? That's the wise thing to do. Is there anything else that we could help the collective with? Anything else they need to know? Let's see. Anything else collective needs to know? Not popping out of here yet. Anything the collective needs to know right now? Light and dark, secrets, waves of change, silent shadows. Okay, anything else? I'm trying to move my fingers out of the way. Okay, so that's healing sonar. Hold your frequency, creative, positive. Emo ions or emotions. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Evolve internally. Anyway, sometimes they have misprints. The words aren't always finished, or might be missing some. Anyway, do we have anything else for the collective? Anything else for the collective? Starting fireworks. Okay, that might be it, huh? Oh, and do always watch out for this. This was on the bottom of the deck, but always watch out for this when they do the anger in attempt to mask insecurity. So, all right. And what else shall we look into? Like it's time to release negativity. That might be the cold-hearted, cruel, bitter, whom that's, is perhaps around you, or maybe someone you're talking to, someone controlling, someone that's, using manipulation to try to get you to do something, to try to get you mixed in something that you're not really aware of, because that's the trick of the wicked ones, is to get you to consent to something without you realizing that's what you're doing. So you always want to be, well aware. What else do we have for the collective? What does a collective need to know, need to hear, or be aware of? Let's see. It's a time for healing. Is there maybe a healing relationship, or a relationship you need to heal, something? And confidence is a key to your success. Key to your success. Adjustments are required. The bottom of the deck, you're very close to achieving your goal. A time to give rather than to take. All right, y'all. But that's the reason that you want to listen to these, frequencies and stuff like that to, when you're dealing with anyone that is cold-hearted and bitter and stuff like that, that's cruel, that Might be dominant, domineering, and a tyrant. Who knows? Whatever type it is, you want to do like the frequency to remove negativity, like negativity in the home, like clean your space, a spiritual cleansing of the space and yourself, right? They have all different kinds, but pay attention to that. And balance masculine and feminine energy. They have like a balance of yin and yang. Then your chakra healing. You want to do the chakra healing probably every single day and probably repeated, depending on how long it is. They have long ones that are, for hours and hours, like while you sleep, or they have shorter ones. So it depends upon that. And getting out in nature, because it's like the left side of your brain, look at it this way, it's like the buildings and the cities and the vehicles, the material things like that. It's like man-made. And look at the right side of your brain as like the nature, the beauty, the plants, the animals, the oceans, the mountains, You have to look at it that way. So it's like creativity and creation versus, and natural versus, man-made, something that's not from really the divine necessarily. You see what I'm saying? It's just different, okay? But when you have the two combined together, nature and, like what's man-made, a way to live with both and do it in a way that everyone is flourishing, And that's the way it should be with all of us. But if you're not flourishing and something's holding you back, you need to, find the proper and right way to get away from it without ending up around what you were just with. Someone that's at that frequency. You want someone that's at a higher frequency that's more healed. It changes everything. All right, y'all. Stay blessed. Have a happy Independence Day.